Hey guys, today I'm going to show you the review of the drop inspired by Laidback Luke. It's the cover of the old R&B on something track called Milkshake, and I decided to make a review a drop. I make a kind of copy of this drop, and I'll show the procession of the instruments, how I made lead, drums, etc. Okay, here is the drop by the Laidback Luke. You can check the full track. I'll leave the link in the description, and you can hear the whole track. In this video I just make a focus for the drop. Okay, let's listen to the drop I made copy. Okay, it sounds something like that. I think it's bass house or electro house, something like that. And let's see what we have here. By the way, I like the kick, the bass drum in the Laidback Luke's track. It sounds like that. I think it's layered kick with a main kick, maybe with a top kick, something like with that tom or something. I don't know what's the instrument he used in his track, but I decided to make something like that, and let me show you what I made. I have here a basic bass drum, and we have something like a top bass drum. The full kick sounds like that. I know it's not a 100% copy of that kick, but we don't need to make a 100% copy. I explained it why, because we can use this drop for our tracks, maybe like reference, like I don't know, like a project, and we don't need to copy of this melody, of this sound. We should make something like our unique new track. Okay, let me explain what I used for the bass drum. I used this kick, and it's a 10th channel. I used a basic fruity compressor. Yes, sound like that. You can see the difference here. Okay, and for top kick I used first channel. Something like that. It's equalizer and the camel crusher. Camel crusher makes the kick more tight and more louder. EQ, I cut it low frequencies. I usually make the cut something like till 200 Hz, but now I decided to make something like 100 Hz to make the kick more tight, and this kick consists more mid frequencies, and it sounds like that. I think it sounds cooler than this. This kick sounds weak, but this kick sounds more tight, more cool. Yeah. Okay. Then we have 2 layers for the top kick. Actually, this is stadium kick, something like impact. It's the original sample, and I used this envelope more to make it more short, and it sounds like a tom. And let's see what we have here without procession. Basically it's just an impact, but I used this envelope, and we also have something like a tom. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have here claps, the claps without procession, like it is. So I don't know. I don't make something with the claps. Maybe this one I used pre-shift something like that. As you see, it's minus 20 milliseconds, but I moved it to the left a bit. Okay, then we have a sub bass and tom. By the way, I used a basic sub bass for this one. It's a sub sinus, and we have here it's a square, and we have the tom, something like that. And let's see what I used in here for as a procession. We have an equalizer, just tiny cuts from both sides, and this is a sangudizer to make the bass more fat, more cool. And this it's a side chain, yeah, just in case. Okay, and we have here drums. Also without procession, just like it is. By the way, I made here something like I made this release more shorter. Yeah, and we have here a texture. It just sidechain sound, and then we have here a right. It's something like a crash, but the right. Then we have a step. The procession is simple. Equalizer, reverb, and the kickstart. Yeah, then we have something like ad-libs, and that's it. And we have a sidechained white noise. The fills. Yeah, and the main thing here is the lead. Actually, it's the very basic sound in Serum. You can find it on Silent and in other synths. I processed this preset tiny bit. You can see. Let me show how I made this lead. It just init preset, sound like this, without procession, sound like that. I'll show the procession. Let me show how I made I made this preset. I copied the melody. It's the lead by Laidback Luke, nothing special, just a copy of this lead. and we need to make this preset more cool. Okay, I used just simple saw, and here we need to make something like a glide. I don't know, something like 450 milliseconds to make this note sounds more cool. It's a tiny bit glide. Then let's make an LFO, something like that. Turn on the filter and yeah, this type of the filter, and use LFO for this parameter to cut off. And in matrix, let's click here and make something like that. We need to make an LFO mode like this. And let's use a compressor and reverb here. Decay maybe 2 seconds, no longer, and maybe a bit bigger size. It's just simple and basic saw I use for this lead. And we have a double lead, something like a copy of main lead, but I turn it on this oscillator B. Make unison 10 voices and make a small detune. And it sounds octave higher. It's really basic, but sounds cool. Okay, let's see the procession. Procession not so simple maybe. I used simple plugins, but it sounds more tight, more cool. Okay, here is the procession equalizer. I raise it mid frequencies a bit to make it more hearable. Okay, then I used OTT. You can see the settings here, and I use Camel Crusher. It's really a basic default preset for Camel Crusher, and the main thing here is the fat mode. In the default mode it's already on, but you can see the difference. You can see these peaks. It's the peaks are raised to the 0 decibel, but if you turn on the fat mode, you can see and hear the difference. As you see, -5 decibels because the compressor is I don't know, it's press the sound, and this preset sounds more tight, and you can make it more louder because of compression. And I use some Goodizer to make it a bit saturated, something like that. And of course sidechain, it's 86%. Yeah, okay, it's the drop I tried to copy by Laidback Luke. I don't know how I made it. Please tell me guys in the comments, do you like it or not? I know the track, the Laidback Luke's track sounds better, of course, but I tried to make a copy. Anyway, you can use this project in your I don't know, in your project. I'll upload this project to Patreon, and you can easily open it. Just you can see here, it's just free serum. I guess you have the serum synthesizer, and you can open it, change the melody, and make your own track. Okay, and let me say I don't know, 2 words about mastering channel. Master channel, I made mastering. By the way, I'm making mastering for my tracks like that. I'm not a sound engineer, I'm just home producer, as you know, and you can see how I make the mastering. Let me show how it sounds without master plugins. It sounds a bit bright, more brighter, and a bit more cool. Yeah. Okay, I use Fruity Balance to control the signal comes in to master channel to make it louder or quieter. Then I used Ozone, Isotope Ozone 9. And here you see I use maximizer, something like -1 decibel. Then I use equalizer. I made something like a small beat for low mid frequencies to avoid resonances or something like that. And here I used a dynamic multiband compressor, this preset Focus Dynamics, and maybe I made something like a beat for the low mid and high mid. And here I raised the high frequencies a bit for maybe 2 decibels to make it a bit brighter. Okay, then I use invisible limiter, something like 2 decibels, and here we see I made income signal like -2 2.5 decibels. Yeah, something like that. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I don't know if you like it or not. If you like it, please give me a like, mention here, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.